Hey guys, so today I am making chicken with mixed vegetables. It's going to be in a brown sauce. So I have some chicken breasts here. You can use dark meat, white meat, any meat you like. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. And I'm gonna quickly rinse it. And then I'm going to just pat it dry. Okay. So you can cut it two different ways. Today I'm gonna cut it in small cubes. But normally in like a Chinese restaurant, you'll see it sliced up, but I'm just gonna do this quickly. So, okay. So I'm just gonna cut it in 3 slices. And then just little small cubes. I need to sharpen my knife, so it really helps when you have a sharp knife. Oh, and actually, I'm going to turn on the fire for my vegetables. I'm just gonna, it's just a pot of water, and I'm just gonna steam it or boil it really quickly for like 45 seconds or so, a minute, and then drain them. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna turn on that water. So now I'm just gonna put it in a bowl here, and then I'm gonna put this in the sink. And wash my hands. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just add some salt to it. So I'm just gonna add like 1 teaspoon. Or a little bit less than one, yeah, a little bit less than 1 teaspoon. I mean, you don't want it too salty because the sauce will have salt already. And then I'm going to add, okay, I am gonna move you guys really quickly. Sorry, my cabinet is like right there. Okay, I'm gonna add some garlic powder. and some white pepper. Now, if you don't have white pepper, then you can add black pepper. But white pepper, there's a difference in taste. Okay, so now I'm gonna move this back. And then I'm gonna add like about maybe, let me see, 2 tablespoons of water, and then you just want to mix it up. And this is 2 chicken breasts, so depending on how many, how much breast chicken that you're using, you just alter the amount. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna add some cornstarch and oil to it, and then that will help tenderize the meat. So I'm gonna move this over here. So for my vegetables, I actually have a lot of different kinds. So I'm gonna add some broccoli, and just get okay. So I'm just gonna cut it, just some pieces. So 1, and that's about good. So I have some broccoli, and then I'm gonna add some mushrooms. So probably 2 of these, yeah. And I'm just gonna rinse this off. Okay. So I always cut off just the tip of this because this tends to be really hard and not that edible. So, so I'm just gonna cut it in slices. And I'm just throwing these in a strainer so I can rinse them out again. Okay, so now I have some string beans. So I do like string beans, so I'm gonna, yeah. I'm gonna cut, I actually don't mind eating the tips of these. Some people cut them off, but I like them. So I'm gonna cut them in half. So So that's my string beans. And then I have some Napa cabbage, and I'm just gonna take a couple leaves, I mean. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, and 3. Let me put these back in the refrigerator so I have some room to work. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay. And then I throw away the tips. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the strainer. And then I'm gonna use some bok choy. So I'm just gonna take a couple of them. And I'm gonna rinse this off first. And I'm also gonna chop it up. And then these ends I'm gonna toss. So I got some bok choy here. And then finally I'm gonna put in, oh, actually I have 2 more. So I have some zucchinis. And this is actually pretty big, but and I got these from Trader Joe's and H Mart, so okay, and I'm just gonna cut a little bit. That might be too much, but we'll see. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, and I'm just gonna cut it. Cut it this way. And then finally, I am going to use a little small carrot. And I'm just gonna then I'm gonna cut it into slices like this in that slant. Okay, so my water is boiling. I'm just gonna drop that. Oh man. Okay, well, I lost a carrot. And then I'm gonna drop all these vegetables I just cut up. In here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna let it reboil and then take it out. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my chicken and I'm gonna add about maybe half a tablespoon of cornstarch. Yeah, half a tablespoon. And then I'm gonna also use some oil. So I'm gonna mix this up first. Okay. And then I'm also gonna add some oil, just a little bit, like a teaspoon, basically. You just wanna make sure this is all combined. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the chicken aside, and then my vegetables are good now. It's there, and I'm just gonna dump it out. You don't want to overcook them because it's going to cook with the chicken when I stir fry it later. So, okay. So now I'm gonna make the sauce, the brown sauce for the chicken. And I am gonna use this container to mix it. So I made some chicken broth last week, and I put it in an ice cube tray and then stored it in this container. So basically 6 cubes equals a half a cup of chicken broth. So I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Yeah, I'm gonna use like 6. So I'm gonna use half a cup of chicken broth. And then I'm just gonna put it in cold, hot water so that it melts. So basically, I'm just gonna let this sit in. I mean, you don't have to. Let me just add my ingredients first. So I'm gonna add 1, 2, yeah, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then 1 tablespoon of cooking wine or sake, and then a little bit of rice vinegar. If you have regular vinegar, that's fine too. And I'm just gonna use also a tablespoon. I'm gonna use some sesame oil, 1 tablespoon. And then I'm also gonna use 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. You can get this at any Asian supermarket. And I think now a lot of American supermarkets are carrying Asian products, so and then I am gonna put some sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, or maybe less because I don't really like it too sweet, but so that's about 1, I'll just use it, 1 tablespoon of sugar. If you like it more salty, then you can put less sugar, but I don't like it too salty. So now I'm gonna put this on the side and let it melt for a second. So while that's melting, I'm going to turn on the fire and start cooking the chicken. Okay, I'm going to add some oil into the pan. And you don't have to add a lot. Well, actually, just make sure the pan is coated because mine is a non-stick pan, so I mean, it's gonna cook. And there's oil in here already too, so. Okay. And I'm just gonna use a wooden spoon because a lot of people don't know, but when you have a non-stick pan, you can't use a metal utensil. Because if you use like a fork or something and you're scraping the coating off and then you're eating it because it's going to be in your food. So you want to make sure when you're using a non-stick pan to use wood or silicone, but anything that's non-metal. Okay, so this is getting hot, so I think I can start putting it in. actually need a little bit more olive oil, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to the top. And you want to cook this till it's fully cooked, but not overcook it. Yeah. So this is my sauce here. And then you want to add also 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in here so that the sauce gets thick, nice and thick. Make sure you flip the chicken over. So I'm just flipping the chicken on the other side so that it cooks evenly. Okay. So this only needs a couple more minutes and then it'll be fully cooked, but so I'm gonna just go ahead and put this in the fridge. So yeah, I don't like to spend a lot of time like cooking, so all of my dishes are really quick and simple and it tastes so good. Um, oh, actually, I forgot to add garlic. Can't believe I forgot to add garlic. So I like a lot of garlic, but if you don't like garlic, then don't use it. Mm. stir this up. So okay. And then you just want to cut the sides off. Optional. I mean, it's edible, so okay. So I'm just gonna quickly chop it. And this is just gonna be a rough chop. So I'm gonna add this into my sauce here. And if you have ginger, add some ginger. Also, I don't have ginger, so I'm actually gonna use actually, let me just make sure. Okay, so this is cooked now, but let me add some ginger into this. So it's just some ground ginger, but fresh ginger is always best. And just a little bit. I mean, you don't really have to. Okay, then I'm gonna add my vegetables in. And now I'm gonna add my sauce. Well, actually, let me shake it first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it, just like that. Now you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna add some scallions to it, just as like a little garnish and a slight onion flavor, I guess. So I'm gonna just cut off the dead parts. And then I'm just gonna cut big pieces, basically. Not big, but just, you know, whatever. Okay, give it another stir. So the sauce is like thickening up, but if you want it thicker, you can always add more cornstarch in cold water, mix it, and then put it in here. But I don't like it too thick. I like mine's like in between. So now you just want to taste it and make sure the sauce is to your liking, whether it be sweet or salty. This is actually pretty good, but I'm gonna add some Maggi seasoning, or you can just add more soy sauce, but I'm just gonna add one little thing of Maggi. So okay, and basically that's it.